Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another First Impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Divinity Original Sin. Now this is a title that I've pretty much been harassing Larian Studios to get me a key for quite some time. I've harassed them first when the first big YouTubers came up and started talking about this title. Then I harassed them when I actually did another video for them with Dragon Commander, and then I started harassing them on Twitter again when they started releasing the alpha to the Kickstarter backers, and I guess they either cracked under pressure and finally decided to give me a key, or I just don't know. Maybe they were just like, look, just shut this guy up, give him a key or something, maybe he'll shut up, something like that. But either way, they've finally granted me access to Divinity Original Sin. And this is a title that I've been really curious to try out because of the dialogue system that I've seen on previous videos from other YouTubers as well as from the developers themselves. It seemed like it was going to be a very interesting game. And I have to say, so far, it did not disappoint. Now, bear in mind that the build that we are playing is a very, very early alpha build. I can really tell that this is an alpha build. Like, sometimes you'll get alpha builds that's like, yeah, but it's pretty decent, it's pretty playable. There are quite a few bugs still in Divinity Original Sin. Now, having said that, it is still pretty playable, and I do intend to show you guys a lot about this title. Now, a lot of RPGs that come out recently are usually action RPGs where you go and just kill a bunch of stuff and raise your stats and whatever. There's nothing wrong with those games. You guys know I'm a big fan of just hack and slash and all that kinds of stuff. But this title is doing something different. As a matter of fact, I think I've played like 4 hours or something of the title up until this point, and most of the time was actually spent in town investigating, doing dialogue trees with different NPCs, collecting clues about the plot that I am in right now, and stealing stuff from people, experimenting, you know, just trying to figure out all the various game mechanics to show to you guys. Now, one of the things that you guys are going to say, oops, I wasn't aware that I was going to get poisoned if I stepped on that. Damn it. Anyways, one of the things you guys are going to say is, Rurikhan, why is your wizard naked? Are you some kind of pervert? And I'm going to have to go ahead and blame Larian Studios on that one, because I was stealing stuff randomly throughout the game from people, and eventually I came across these, which I don't even know what to say, but basically it's smelly panties. And the reason why they're equipped is because this is the armor I had before, and as you can see there, armor rating 2, movement plus 0.14, so the smelly panties are better. So there's nothing I can do about that. That's what this character is wearing for now until I find something better. So sorry if it offends people or whatever, but yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Either way, let's get into the game. Let me tell you guys a little bit about the early plot of the title. Bear in mind that this plot might be subject to change because, according to what the developers are saying, the game is very easily moddable. As a matter of fact, they're going to give away an editor. I mean, they're going to make available an editor. I don't think it's going to be exactly on release, but shortly after, they're going to make an editor available, which is the same editor that they're actually using to create the game. They're going to make that available for players so that they can create their own adventures and create their own worlds and all that kinds of good stuff, which is really good because it expands on the possibilities of the title. I mean, for instance, if you guys take a look at another game that I've recently reviewed, which was Shadowrun Returns, it had a ridiculous amount of content created by the community, and I feel that something like that can happen to Divinity Original Sin if the editor is powerful enough and user-friendly enough, that is. Now, I believe that we're about to get into a combat scene so that I can tell you guys a little bit about the game's combat so that you guys don't get bored straight up. Here we go. Okay, so for starters, there is some kind of an issue right now with the music. I might even end up... Wow. I hadn't seen that guy explode before. But as I was saying, I might even end up turning off the music because it's just so overwhelming. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's like there's two tracks playing simultaneously. So I don't know what's up with that. I'm going to try... I'm just going to shut that off for now because it was getting really annoying. And then after the fight, I might turn it back on. But yeah, there's definitely a bug there where 2 tracks start playing simultaneously. I'm not sure if that might be a system thing or whatever. But as you guys can see, once you enter combat, this goes into turn-based mode. Now, turn-based mode is based on the initiative of the character. So as you can see the order that the fight is going to take place here. The first character playing is my sorcerer. The reason I'm playing my sorcerer ahead of everyone else is because the sorcerer actually has more skills for chat and stuff like that. So I usually tend to have her talking to people and stuff so that I get better reactions, even though I haven't been particularly successful in that regard. I mean, you guys can go and ask all the people that I've actually butchered in town, which have been quite a few. Now, as we can see, we have a couple of enemies behind us here. And the way that the combat works is through action points. If you guys notice over here at at your toolbar, you will see these little crystal globes or whatever you want to call these. And these represent the amount of action points that you have. Green means the amount that you have to spend, and red is the amount that you are going to spend once you perform an action. So each of your spells is going to cost a certain amount of action points, as well as skills such as warrior skills like whirlwind, stuff like that is going to cost a certain amount of action points, as well as moving. There's no mana bar, which is something that I really appreciate, because something that I really don't like about playing sorcerers is having to manage mana through drinking potions and stuff like that. I really prefer a system that is all about action points, and I can cast as many spells as I want so long as I'm limited somehow per turn, so to speak. So that is definitely something that I can appreciate, not having to concern myself with consumables all the time. So right now, we have 2 melee undead behind us, and these 2 characters that I have behind here are melee as well. And we have a whole bunch of archers over there. So what I want to try and do is see if I can land a fireball on top of these archers. And it seems I actually can. And I can even, if you guys notice, the targeting system tells you exactly what you are going to hit, or what you are possibly going to hit with your spells, because your spells are not always 100% precise. Sometimes you will hit stuff that's along the way or whatever. But either way, it seems that if I shoot somewhere in here, you guys will notice that it's also highlighting that red barrel, which is an oil barrel. At least usually red barrels are oil barrels, which basically means it's probably going to explode and deal additional damage. So this should be quite the sight. Have that. Now the sounds aren't 100%, as you guys could see by that. I mean, like I said, this is an alpha, so bear with me. And as you can see, I have expended 7 action points with that. I had a combined total of 8, which means that now I can either move a little bit, which I might actually do because I'm standing on burning ground. And standing on burning ground is actually something that will damage my character. There's a lot of elemental stuff that interacts in different ways in this game, which is really cool. Because as you guys can see, due to the fact that I blew up an oil barrel, the oil actually spread around and it's like burning now. It's going to be burning for a while. So if those undead stay there, they're going to be taking burning damage, and they're going to be burning for a little bit even after they exit the flame patch. And you guys are like, yeah, sure, burning oil, we've all seen that before. But according to some research that I've done, I haven't seen this in game yet, but there's some really crazy stuff that you can do. For instance, let me give you guys an example. Suppose you have a barrel of water, which also exists in the game. You can cast, let's say you break the barrel of water, and then you can cast a fireball on top of the water patch. That's going to create steam. Now, that steam is going to limit visibility from your enemies to you. It's going to create some line of sight. And on top of that, you can then do a lightning spell on top of that steam, and that is going to create like a lightning cloud. That's insane. And there's a bazillion more combinations that you can actually do. So I just wanted to kind of tell you guys just how many of these weird combinations you can do. And this is just the combat that we're talking about. Wait until we start talking about all the other systems behind this title. Now, for now, I'm going to move away from the burning patch. My character is still burning. These undead are going to move in, probably going to try and shoot me off. Ouch. That hurts. Shot me twice with arrows. This guy's going to move away as well. He's trying to shoot me, but there seems to be something in the way. So as you can see, that box actually limited his line of sight. He had to shoot the box before he hit me. And wow, my sorceress is getting the crap beat out of her Interestingly enough, it seems that they blew up the poison thing, and one of them actually got poisoned. So he is now on fire and poisoned. Now, we have my warrior here, and what am I going to do with the warrior? I think I'm going to try and knock down this undead swordsman. I have this ability, which is a stun. There's a chance that this is going to knock an enemy down, so we're going to try and do that. Charge up, target the enemy. Bong. However, he succeeded in a saving throw against my knockdown chance. Now, you guys are listening, saving throws? Dungeons & Dragons? Yes, it seems that this game uses some of the Dungeons & Dragons rules, though I have to be honest, I haven't played Dungeons & Dragons in quite some time, so I'm not that familiar with the current rule set or whatever. So the stats in the game don't seem very familiar to me in terms of Dungeons & Dragons, and by familiar I mean the numbers in the stats, because like I was used to playing fighters and starting stuff with like 16 strength or 16 constitution, and the stats in this game are a lot lower than that, which is why I don't think it's exactly like Dungeons & Dragons, but it definitely takes some inspiration from Dungeons & Dragons. You also have stuff like attacks of opportunity, which for those of you who know D&D rules will know what an attack of opportunity is. It's basically when you move away from your enemy, like if I was to... I'm not sure if I was to do that now, if it would activate it, but it should. Then again, maybe this character cannot exploit attacks of opportunity. I don't know what's going on. Either way, I'm just going to attack him regularly now since I wasn't able to knock him down. At least I'll do some damage. And he was able to prevent knockdown yet again. Now we have this other character. This is actually not a main character, so to speak. This is like a character that I've recruited to my party. She still has dialogue choices and that kind of stuff. She also has the ability to stun enemies, so we're going to be trying to do that. And he was able to save throw as well. Damn it. That is going to make things harder for us. It means we're going to take a little bit of a beating here. No! And now it's turn for my sorceress to once again unleash hell. Actually, I can't unleash hell because it's on cooldown. So instead I'm going to have to... Wow, these things are not going to make that much damage. So we're going to move in this direction as much as we can so that we can attack those archers. And we can now hit those 3 archers, as you can see there, with this other spell, which is Flare. Now, Flare is considerably weaker than Fireball, but still deals a bit of damage, so that guy's going to die. He's going to miss. Please don't kill my sorceress. Wow. It's a good thing that they're somewhat missing. Okay, now it's my warrior's turn again. Let's see what we can do here. I would very much like to... Well, I guess I'll just whirlwind. Although it's not going to do much, I don't think. But still. Wow, I actually missed my target. That was great. That was a great effort on your part. But you failed me. And I think that I'm actually going to make you pay for that. I'm going to deal damage to my own warrior. I don't even care. I'm going to do this Phoenix drop. Now, this is a really, really cool spell, and it does a tremendous amount of damage. So, boom, boom. Those guys are dead, and my warrior took a little bit of damage, but he'll live. And now, let's move this character over here to slowly progress towards those archers in case I am unable to defeat them now, which is probably going to be the case. Wait, my character actually recovered health? Oh, yeah, I leveled up. I was about to level up, so the character leveled up, recovered full health. Good stuff. In which case, I'm actually in not that much danger right now. I think I'm going to focus on one target because even though it says that it's going to hit both, we've seen that previously. I only hit one of the skeletons, the one in the middle, so I'm going to focus everything I got on this guy. Takes care of him and leaves one archer unattended. So I'm going to try and walk away from his line of sight, but I don't think I was successful. I think he can still see me where I stand. Yep. He can still see me. But he still missed one shot. And now it's pretty much just run over there and beat on the archer. Although I'm not going to make it there because there's a lot of fire along the way, and I'm just going to kill him with a sorceress because it's pretty pointless to risk my other characters in the fire. Let's just move slightly over here. Finish him off. Boom. Oh, there's still a skeleton somewhere? No, we're done. Okay, now I do believe it's safe to turn the music back on again, so I'm going to have to apologize for that, but it's like if I hadn't turned off the music, it would have been really annoying with 2 tracks playing at once. Now, a little bit more on the on this system that you guys see here on the side. Well, for starters, we leveled up, so I'm going to get to talk a little bit about stats, which is always good. But I'm not going to get too much in depth in regards to stats. So in order to level up, you actually have to go to your inventory, which they're probably going to rename this from inventory to character pane or whatever, or maybe they'll redo the UI somehow. But, so you have your basic stats. These should be fairly straightforward. Strength determines the chance to hit with melee weapons and how much you can carry items and which items you can lift, which I haven't shown you guys this yet, but you can lift the different items that you find throughout the world. Then there's dexterity, chance to hit with ranged weapons like bows, stuff like that. Intelligence, how many ability points you gain per level, ability points, which is another portion of the leveling. Constitution, which is how much vitality you have and how many action points you recover per turn. Speed, movement speed, initiative, and how many action points you recover per turn as well. And then perception, which affects critical chance, ability to detect traps, and your accuracy when shooting over large distances. So for starters, I like to, based off of my Dungeons & Dragons experience, I really do like that my wizards have a lot of constitution so that they can actually take a little bit of a beating. But I'm going to put her a little bit of intelligence this time around because the last time I leveled her in constitution. Now, besides leveling that one stat, you also can level up 3 abilities. Well, you get 3 ability points. You can't level up 3 abilities. You can level up some abilities. Now, I'm not exactly sure what each of these abilities is for. The description is not necessarily very good. I mean, if you go to sorcery, sorcery determines who knows. So that's not really decided yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some willpower. Then there's telekinesis that allows you to move objects telepathically. But for now, we're going to get willpower, and we still have 1 point. I'm not going to spend it. I'm going to save it. And then there's also talents. There's a bunch of talents. These work pretty much as, if I remember correctly, in Dungeons & Dragons, we used to have feats. So these are kind of the same deal. Improves your casting ability of fire-based spells. I've been pretty much leveling her fire ability, so I guess I'll get Pyromaniac. And then there's these things which are traits, and these are based off of dialogue choices, so you don't really level these up. Now, it's going to keep telling me that I have leftover points because, like I said, I didn't spend all of my ability points. Then we go into the warrior. The warrior, actually, we can't switch like this. We have to switch the character and then open up the inventory menu again. Now, in terms of the warrior, we're going to go for some more constitution because he's going to be really tanky. Last time I leveled up his strength. And on top of that, I'm going to go to abilities. There was something here that I wanted to get. Yeah, it was the shield specialist. And I'm going to save the rest of these points because I want to get more shield specialists because I have a shield that I will only be able to equip when I have 4 points in shield specialist. So that's what I'm doing with this character. Then we also have talents. I actually can't put any talent points right now. You don't always get talents on every level up. And then we also have the traits, which we can't do. Then we have this character, which is actually the first time that she's leveled up, I think. And I think I'm going to give her some constitution as well. Hey, what can I say? I like tanky characters. You guys know me. Me and tanky characters is like bread and butter. Now, she is going for two-handed. And I think I would like her to go for some more two-handed. That's going to be 3 ability points, so she's going to be pretty beastly with two-handed weapons. I don't get talents for her just yet, so that's fine. But I actually do get to equip her with a spear, which is something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. Now, something that I've noticed is I previously have equipped her with an axe, and the animations on the axe were not that great. They needed some work, so we'll see if she actually works well with the spear. So this is pretty much combat, level up, and we've already spent quite a bit of time talking about the title, and we haven't even gotten to the meat of it. Now, I'm going to pick up a couple of items. You can also press Alt to pick up stuff on the floor. Now, bear in mind, not everything... Whoa! The hell was that about? Not everything that shows up in this game is something that you want to pick up. because it's kind of like in Skyrim, you know, there's lots of mugs and other useless stuff that you really don't want to be picking up. However, short bows, those could come in handy. I also wanted to show you guys that you can move objects that are in your vicinity. Like, for instance, you guys see this ooze barrel. I can actually just come up here and move this ooze barrel someplace else. You guys are like, what? Yeah, that's right. And why is this interesting? I mean, imagine that you're doing a dungeon crawl or something, and there's a trap, and you can actually just set objects on top of traps. Or you can, like, line something up while you're in combat, and you can just, like, line up a bunch of oil barrels for a fire attack, or water barrels to make some steam. I don't know. There's lots of possibilities. Now, I'm looking for some kind of a secret lair for this girl who stole a corpse of a person that she murdered in town. Because basically, you and this girl, well, the two main characters are this guy and this sorceress. This one, like I said, is a side character. And you two are basically sent to this village to investigate the murder of someone who was pretty important. So that's what I've spent a lot of the game time doing, is figuring out who killed this person. And now I'm trying to locate like this secret lair that they supposedly have close to the beach. I even have this scroll here, which supposedly is going to help me reveal this secret location. So I'm basically just exploring. I have no idea if what I'm doing is correct. I might even be doing everything wrong. But that's the thing about this game. It really doesn't hold your hand at all. Now, I was really hoping that I could just find an NPC that I could engage in conversation to show you guys a little bit of the dialogue, but I'm not sure that's going to happen because I haven't played this particular portion of the game. As you guys can see, there's a lot of exploration, a lot of experience that you're going to be getting for exploration. So that is a big portion of the game, actually exploring and talking with other people. And if you notice, this character actually has like a question mark, not a question, an exclamation mark, like if she has a quest. And the thing about it is, apparently there's like a glitch with this character that there's always one quest that I can't do with her. But usually when this happens, you actually can have like a dialogue with the characters where you role play and kind of develop each of the characters in a dialogue with yourself, kind of. I know it sounds crazy, but it would make sense if the opportunity presents itself. I hope that I can show you. What the hell? Here we go with the music again. Let me go ahead and shut that off. Now let's have a look-see. Okay, we got some wolves. These are level 4. This guy's level 4 as well. We should be able to take these guys on. See if can we do a fireball. Oh yes, we can. And that is going to make quite a bit of a mess there, which is going to make me really proud. Let's go. Burn it up. Boom! Ah, that was lovely. Did we just kill all the wolves? I love that. That was sweet. I loved it. Wasn't that nice? It even felt good. Oh no, there's still wolves in here. I didn't kill them all, but I did deal a significant amount of damage on them, which was pretty damn sweet. Now, we still have our warrior here. Is he going to make it up to a wolf and smack him in the face? He is, which is good. Ooh, the fails, the throws. Very well, we're going to have to go ahead and pass our turn. Now, she also has that ability that I really, really love, which we're obviously going to take advantage of. And bazoosh! That's 3 wolves down. Now, that ability I actually think might be a little bit overpowered. It might need a little bit of tuning, because with this ability, I was even like... What the hell happened? Oh, he... What? Did he resurrect them or something? Because that really sucked. Like, he damn near killed me. I might actually just die here. Wow. That is just, I'm sorry, I'm surprised it was going so well, and then suddenly... Oops, what the hell am I doing? This is my sorceress. No! Damn it, I'm going to have to try and heal that character, because she's taken quite a beating. And now we're going to go with my warrior. Going to see if I can AoE. There we go. And did I just totally fail? No, I actually damaged them, but the damage was almost insignificant. And now this character, I think I'll just buff. Which will hopefully help me win this battle, because it's not looking too good for us right here. And can I still attack? Yes, I can. Who should I attack? I'm going to go for this guy. Poke. 54 damage. That's not too bad. Are you going to, like, keep healing these guys forever? Because that would really suck. Okay, and she's dead. I am screwed. Well, let's see what we can do. I'm going to try and damage these two. Or maybe not. Okay. 2 AP preserved. That's great. Let's see if we can knock one of them down. Okay, hammer time. That guy goes down. Pretty decent. And now, let's go ahead and attack this one. Which, my damage with that particular warrior is not that great. Okay, so now we need to basically deal a ton of damage, which hopefully I will be able to do. Oh, I need to actually connect the dots on this thing? Okay. I'm basically going to get it to go all over the place. Oh, I think I've hit my own character with that one. That was not so good. Either way, let's see what happens. I can still get another attack off, and it's going to be this one. 19 damage. Not too shabby. And, wait. What? Can still attack again? Sweet. Take that. And I can't attack anymore. Saving throw against poison failed. And back to the sorceress. This is going to suck, because I know that I'm probably going to miss this spell. Wait. If I'm going to miss it, might as well move away. Like so. You want to leave like 4 action points there. Oh, attack of opportunity. Ooh. That really sucked. Totally forgot about the attack of opportunity there. Okay, now we should be able to cast this. There you go. That's one wolf down. I can't really do much. That wolf is going to attack her. I'm going to try and beat the crap out of this one. Not too good. Not good at all. That was terrible. Now I'm hoping that that thing cannot resurrect them again, because if it can, I am screwed. Oops. I might be damaging my own character there. Nope. That was fine. But I'm not really doing that much damage. At least not as much as I would like. Let's keep running back so that the wolf can't catch up to us. Okay, we can actually do another whirlwind here. Hopefully we'll hit the other wolf as well. We did. And he's also poisoned, which is pretty good. Let's attack him again, see if we can take aggro. I'm not even sure if there's aggro mechanics. I doubt it. Okay, now let's move her. Let's not move her. Let's just see if I can deal with this guy without damaging my warrior over there. Nice! 32 damage, that's pretty decent. And I actually need to start moving in this direction so that I can aim these spells better. Now, I can try and knock him down, which will hopefully achieve. Yes! Okay, that dog is actually sitting down now. That's right, have a seat. I'm going to beat on this one. That thing is just not doing anything anymore, which is pretty good for me. I'll take that. Let's try aim this here. Sweet! That's another wolf down. And let's actually start moving forward, because I'm going to need her to take on the other skeleton thing. beat on this guy. Ooh, the fails the throws. There we go. That was some more experience, and let's charge onward. Hopefully he won't be able to resurrect those wolves again. Ooh, oh my god, the way that thing moves is scary as all hell. Okay, let's move back a little bit, because you scared me, sir. You good, sir? Very scary, but here, have this. Boosh! Enjoy that. Now I'm actually going to move in range. Start beating on it. Give it another one. Oh, he's going straight for her. Wow, 1 damage? That's pathetic, dude. That really is pathetic. I'm going to keep you moving, that's for sure. Hopefully you'll trip on that poison cloud. That'd be cool. Boom! And let's get to him. We really don't want to do Whirlwind because obviously he's only 1, so we don't need AoE. Okay, we're looking solid here. Oh, sweet. He went into the poison cloud. Does he not take damage from the poison cloud? That sucks. Okay. We're going to keep moving back so that he doesn't get as many attacks on us because we only get to cast once anyways. How much health can you possibly have, dude? Just die. Poke. This sound is hilarious. Like, poke, poke. And at the end of the combat, if you actually survive, your companion gets resurrected. You also have a scroll of resurrection that allows you to resurrect in combat. So, let's go ahead and heal her. And let's see what's actually inside this thing. I was actually pretty touch and go there for a couple of minutes. Also, something that I wanted to show you guys is the crafting system. There's a lot of stuff that I have to show you guys and not a lot of time to do it in this video, so you guys will have to pardon me for doing things a little bit haphazardly. But like, for instance, let me just show you guys something interesting, which is, if you notice, this warrior's helmet is a battered cooking pot. Okay, it's a battered cooking pot. I mean, if you look at him, you probably notice that he looks pretty damn ridiculous, doesn't he? It is a cooking pot on his head. So there's a crafting system in this game, which I still haven't really fully grasped, if I'm being completely honest. Let me just try to heal up a little bit here. But basically, it consists of you dragging stuff on top of each other. There currently still is no recipe book that I'm aware of. And for instance, the way that I craft that particular helmet that my warrior is wearing is I drag this hammer on top of this pot. She starts doing something. Boom. It is now a battered cooking pot, and you can equip it. Now, I don't think I can equip it on this character, but I should be able to equip it on this one. Not that I really want to, because the character just becomes ridiculous. But let me switch over here. There we go. Boom. See? Now I can wear this thing. And this is just the only thing that I was able to... Well, actually, I was able to craft something else, which is... I was fooling around with the healing potions on the sorceress, and like I was able to craft a large healing potion by mixing minor healing potions. It went to medium, then it went to large. So yeah, it's basically fool around with it, experiment with it until you get something cool, which I haven't experimented that much with it because I've been focusing on exploring other aspects of the game. But as you can see, it is another one of those really neat systems that I was talking about. Now, let's open the door and see what's behind door number 1, because I'm very curious to see what's inside. Oops. Damn it. Get in there. Very curious to see what's inside here. Okay, so there's a hatch. Lighthouse cellar. Samson. So most likely we will now have one of those NPC dialogues that I was talking about. Great. I was wondering if this was not going to happen. What is this? Living eyes that can see the shape of death. There's no voice acting up until this point. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the final product or not. Living eyes that can see the shape of death. Avert your gaze, wanderer, for you are looking upon the phantom of a murderer. I heard there might be an undead lair here. Do you know anything about that? Skeletons roam the land, restless as my troubled soul, but you'll not find their lair here. Some scuttle by now and again, but most of the time I reside here in solitude and silence. Huh. Tell me about yourself. Samson was my name a long time ago. I know why. Know not why upon my death I became a ghost, doomed to haunt this tower. Perhaps the gods heard of my crime and stripped me of my rightful place in their eternal realm. If so, their punishment which was just. Each night I wake the flame in the lighthouse to repent for my wretched sin. You call yourself a murderer. Why? That indeed is the tainted title I must bear, and deservedly so, for 15 years ago, the day it was that I sat atop my lighthouse, the flame unlit, and watched on as a pitiable ship crashed upon the cliff and got devoured by greedy waves. Ooh. Deliberately had I forgone to do my duty, willfully did I condemn every soul aboard to a salty sleep on the bed of an indifferent sea. Why'd you do it? Why did I commit this act of blackest horror, jealousy, anger, and the bitter anguish of a broken heart? Those are the ancient ills that drove me to madness. This Demona was on board, as I knew she would be, my wife, the delicate beauty of whom I was sure she was betraying me with her friend, the dashing Faladar. Possessed as I was by the demons of envy and iron torment, I decided that if I had her death no longer, only death... That if I had her no longer, only... What? That if I had her death no longer, only death could take her for his mistress. So I sat here coldly and calmly as I delivered them both onto the deep. Yet no sooner had the water closed its spuming jaws around the perishing vessel below, that the extent of my offense dawned on my beleaguered mind. Overcome with guilt, I sought escape through the hangman's noose, but rest was not to come. Well, that's pretty much it. There's nothing special here. Now, as you guys can see, we actually have question marks on top of these characters, which means there's actually a dialogue that you will have to undertake with your own characters. Now, you can actually turn this off if you're playing in single player, but if you're playing in multiplayer, because this game will have multiplayer. Currently, it is not supported, but it will have multiplayer. And you will be able to actually have discussions with your fellow players. So it's not like, oh, I join you, so it's your world, so you kind of decide everything that happens. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to have conversations, and depending on how the conversation goes, it might either go his way or your way, which is something that I find really interesting. I mean, I find interesting doing it even by myself, because it kind of gives more immersion, because I start role-playing each of the characters differently. You know, it's... I don't know if this makes sense to everyone, but it helps. It definitely helps the immersion, because it gives more sense to the whole thing. So let's go ahead and have... Aw, what? Did I wait too long? You gotta be kidding me. I guess I waited too long, and now the conversation is not going to take place. This is unacceptable. I'm going to reload. It's a good thing that I loaded right before I went into the thing, because now I can just, like, you know, I'll do the conversation with the other guy pretty fast, and then we will do the actual conversation between your playable characters, which, again, is one of the things that really attracted me to the title, just the depth of the conversations that you can have in this game. I thought it was really, really cool. But ever since I started actually testing it, I discovered that there is so much more to the game than that, I've just been really surprised. Anyways, let's get in here again. Can we? Dude, open the door. Thank you. And now let's go downstairs. The hell? Get down there. Now let's have a word with good old Samson here. Tell me about yourself. Continue. You called yourself a murderer. Blah, 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 blah. Why'd you do it? Blah, 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 blah. Let's change the subject. I'll take my leave. Okay, and as you can see now, each of these characters has an exclamation mark on top of their heads. So let's go ahead and talk. So this is Scarlet, so that is this character over here talking. Quite a story that Ghost had to tell. Not every day one hears about a lighthouse keeper sinking ships just because his wife proved to be unfaithful. And these are your two choices as the warrior. I, pitiful creature, torn up so badly by the loss of love that it led him to commit murder. I almost feel sorry for him. A contemptible man if I ever met one. May hell be his eventual fate. Well, let's say that the warrior is actually pretty sensitive. And then Scarlet says, yes, I understand. Despite his heinous act, one can but commiserate with his plight. Nothing more bitter than love undone. Or I can have her be the opposite. Sorry, the man killed who knows how many innocents for the sake of a sick bout of jealousy. He is a monster. And as you can see, she now becomes more vindictive, whereas he becomes more forgiving, and that is where those traits that we've seen previously come into play. This thing. He became more forgiving, whereas she became more vindictive. Where is it? Well, she became more vindictive, but she's not like super vindictive yet, which is why it doesn't really show as nothing super special. Now, as I've mentioned, usually this character has one quest that is glitched, but I believe that we'll be able to talk with her as well now. No, it's still just a glitched quest. But sometimes she will also contribute to the discussion. So let's open up these chests and see what we get. We get a kitchen knife, which is pretty damn useless. Also, at this point, there doesn't really seem to be a limit to your inventory. There's a couple of glitches here, which is why my gold doesn't really seem to stack. But apart from that, there's no limit to the inventory. I'm not sure if they will implement... Well, actually, there might be. It says over there, 106 out of 110. Oh, there is a limit to the inventory. I'm just about to reach it now. Either way, the inventory still needs a little bit of optimization because you still can't filter it, and you will be able to filter it through weapons, consumables, which is going to be obviously really useful for when you want to craft stuff because you can sort it by just the ingredients. Hopefully, this will also be improved with a automatic sort button, which would definitely be helpful. But yeah, these are just a lot of the mechanics of this title. And so far, I've really been having a blast with it, but I'm kind of saving myself so that I can actually play the game when it actually comes out. I don't want to like spoil myself too much. I just wanted to give you guys my first impressions on the title. I've really been having a blast with it. I just hope that they improve also the storytelling aspect of it a little bit, because things got pretty confusing when a goblin came out of nowhere and took me to some astral island in the middle of space. And yeah, that was pretty messed up. Now, interestingly enough, it seems that there's another structure here, which means I should probably go and look for it. I'm just going to see if I can find this other structure, and then I will show you guys the other thing. I don't even know what I'm going to call it, the astral plane. They call it the homestead, which I'm not exactly sure what that means, but... So I haven't found what I actually came looking for. Apparently I found something about a side quest, which is pretty good because I think that the main quest that I have to do is actually not here, but I'm not leveled up enough to go to the area where I'm supposed to do the main quest, because there's some level 6 orcs there that really just owned my face. So yeah, there's that. I wonder if there's like a secret passage in here or something. But it doesn't look like it. But it's weird because there was definitely another structure there. So it's almost like I would have to use that reveal scroll that I told you guys about. But the sorcerer is not really finding anything. Okay, so let's complicate things a little bit more and go to the homestead place that I told you guys about. This was basically a goblin. The first time I exited the town, after I got there, a goblin came up and teleported me here. And I was like, what the hell? Then he starts talking about the weave of time and how I am changing destiny. And it was really, really weird. So I haven't really understood this particular portion of it just yet. Also, you guys are seeing me rotate the camera. You actually can't rotate it all the way. It stays at a certain angle, which I find kind of weird. Like, this is the maximum that you can rotate to the left, and this is the maximum that you can rotate to the right. It doesn't spin all the way. I don't know exactly why that is the case. Either way, this is still a stub. It's not finished. But, yeah, this is like this astral plane, and I think that you'll be able to meet up with friends here if you're playing online. So that's something to look forward to, I guess, in future builds and whatnot. Now let's actually go into the town, so that I can show you guys just a little bit more. This is this is a room that I got to customize, actually, the observatorium. I was given a choice that I could either do this to become like a fiery looking place or a cold looking place. So there's going to be customization to this. So it's kind of like your home instance, so to speak, I guess. That is going to be the point of the homestead. I mean, it even says homestead, so kind of makes sense. Either way, I'm teleporting back to town now just so that I can tell you guys something that I'm not exactly sure if they want to improve upon this or not, because there's definitely valid points to the game remaining as it is right now, but it is a lot less user-friendly, and it is definitely not holding your hand. And what I'm talking about is, like, for instance, I'm in town right now, right? So suppose I'm doing a quest. Okay, well, where do you have to go to do your quest now? Well, to be completely honest, I have no idea. Here's the town. Go figure it out. And that's pretty much what I had to do. Like, when I got to town, I met up a character. I think it was, like, over here. And he told me, meet me at the barracks. And you're like, okay. So I had to explore the whole town before I realized the barracks were over here. I was confused as all hell. However, they do allow you to place down markers, so like if I wanted to do so now, I could. At least I thought I could. Oh, is it one of these? Map, how do I place markers? Maybe the UI glitched out. Every now and then the UI seems to glitch out. Like I said, beta is beta. Actually, alpha is alpha, so... But you're supposed to be able to place custom markers, so maybe they want players to actually go exploring and figure things out for themselves. Now, something that the game also has is a stealth system, like I told you, because you can't just loot chests willy-nilly. So if you want to steal something, you have to actually go ahead and do it stealthily. Otherwise, people are going to be figuring out that you've stolen from them, and trust me, I've been arrested a couple of times for stealing and stuff like that. You can also still move items and whatnot if you so desire. They also don't like it when you do that in their house, so that's also something that you got to consider. Also got another sneak here, steal something else. So yeah, that's something that I did a lot while I was in town, just sneaking and stealing. I actually found some iron boots. These are probably pretty good for my warrior, right? Actually, I can wear them on my source. Sweet. But yeah, this is Divinity Original Sin. I believe I've already explained a lot of the system. Something that I haven't mentioned yet is that according to an article that I've read somewhere, Larian Studios is actually doing something where each quest that you undertake has multiple solutions. So if you decide to do a quest by force, that's viable. If you decide to do a quest by talking someone and interrogating someone, that's also viable. If you solve a quest by, actually, like for instance, I discovered that the corpse of the murder victim had been stolen because I just randomly went to the cemetery and I have a shovel on my warrior that I picked up somewhere, and I just started digging in the cemetery. There was nothing that said, go to the cemetery and dig. No, I just went there and I was like, oh, I noticed that it was the grave of the guy, and I was like, oh, I'll just dig this up. And I noticed that his corpse had been robbed, which again then triggered me into going to talk with the mortician, who didn't told me anything because I wasn't able to convince him. So then I stole a book from his house that it was like a diary where it had the information that I wanted. So as you can see, there's multiple ways to solve quests. There was also something that happened like when I was in town. When I got to town, there was a ship that was on fire, and I happened to have picked up a scroll of rain, and there wasn't a quest, there wasn't an event, there was nothing. It's like, this ship is on fire. That's all that there was, the information I had. And I was like, oh, I'll just use the scroll and put the fire out. And everyone was like, yay, thanks. And everybody became really friendly towards me. There was no quest, there was no nothing. It was just organic. Something was happening. I reacted to it. The game kind of rewarded me, which I think is really, really cool. And the other thing that I think is cool, like I told you, is the fact that this is going to be playable with two-player co-op and is going to have those dialogues between you and the other player. And I think that is going to be amazing. And I also like the fact that the game doesn't hold your hand, but I would appreciate, just a little bit, at least when I hover over here, just tell me this is the barracks. And when I hover over here, tell me this is someone's house, because exploring the whole town until I figured out each and every single location was a bit of a pain. But apart from that, Really, really enjoying it so far. If you like what you've seen and you want to support them in the early access, you can do so. But my advice is you should probably just wait until the finished product comes out, unless you were really blown away by all this that you've seen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As per usual, leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.